Right, so starting off with a banger, wolves, classic. Everyone either is a wolf or was a wolf at some point. They're cool. I do like wolves, but like, again, they kind of are just the basic starter species. I mean, everyone says it, right? They're basic, okay? They're basic. That's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to be basic. I had a wolf Sona. That was my first Sona. Oh, I'll put him up right now. His name was Scruffy. He was your classic edgy black wolf with homophobia in his eyes and a big scar. Yeah, he was my Fursona before I even knew what a Fursona was. But yeah, classic. Very classic, but very basic. And I guess the second most basic thing in a fandom is foxes. If you're not a wolf, you're probably a fox. Let's be real. I mean, they're popular for a reason. They're like just a wolf but smaller. I love foxes, and let me just explain how much I'm not judging any fox for being basic. I'll throw up all of my fox sonas from the past. I had so many foxes, but unfortunately, yeah, they are quite basic. So it's just gonna be what I say about all of them. They're basic. Now, there are a lot of stereotypes about foxes, you know, unsavory stereotypes about foxes, but I'm not judging. I'm not judging. I think foxes are cute. I respect foxes. I think they're awesome. Just like wolves. They're basic, but they're basic for a reason. I guess that brings us to dogs. I love dogs, okay? Again, I don't care that they're basic, they're so cute. And also, they're not even that basic if you think about it. Like, the only properly basic dog species, like dog breeds I can think of are like huskies, German shepherds. You know, the ones that look like wolves, basically. But there's a lot of dog breeds out there. You can do some really creative things with a dog Sona. I've seen some bull terriers. I find that really cool. I'd love to see like some more chihuahuas or basenjis. Again, I say they're basic, but you can do some very non-basic things with dogs. And I think that makes them a lot more sort of like flexible than foxes and wolves. Because like, if someone says that they have a wolf Sona, you kind of know what it looks like. But if someone says they're a dog, they could be so many things. Because there's so many different breeds. Yeah, I love dogs. I know a dog very personally. And yeah, they're awesome. Huge respect for dogs. I guess on the other side of the spectrum is cats. Again, oh my god, I'm starting off with all the basic ones here. But again, cats... You can still do a lot with cats. They're not quite as diverse as dogs, but you can still do a lot with them. Okay, let's be real. If you're a cat, you were a Warrior Cats kid. You started off with Warrior Cats. Warrior Cats is what got you into the fandom. I understand. I was a Warrior Cats kid too, even though I was never a cat. But I understand. I understand where it comes from. Rabbits. Oh, I love rabbits. I do love rabbits. I've never been a rabbit, but I've known so many rabbits. It seems like half the people around me have been rabbits to some degree at some point. My best friend, though she swears she's not a furry, she's a rabbit. Another friend of mine, half rabbit. Oh my god, I'm surrounded by rabbits. I love them. I'm not complaining at all. I love rabbits. I don't know, rabbit sounds are just always so cute. And you guys have like a lot of rep in like, you know, the popular media, Zootopia, Beastars. But if you ask me, Watership Down is better than both of those. I'm just gonna say it. Rabbits are awesome. I need to see more bunnies, even though I'm already surrounded by a bunch of them. I still need more. Deer. Oh, where do I even start? I love deer. I was a deer at some point. Here, I'll throw her up here. Her name was Muley, because she was a mule deer, and I'm very creative. I feel like I'm repeating myself so much here, but like, deer are so flexible. Like, there are so many different kinds of deer. I know most deer are like reindeer or white-tailed deer, but like, you can do other things. You can be a mouse deer, you could be a muntjac. They make for some really great character designs as well with the antlers or sometimes with the tusks. Deer are great. I will never say a bad word about deer. Again, a little biased because I was a deer at some point in my life. So I am a little biased. Right, hyenas. I love hyenas. I've always loved hyenas as an animal. I was huge on hyenas a couple years back. I was like, one of my first like proper Fursona was half-striped hyena. Unfortunately, she didn't last very long, so I don't have any pictures of her, but trust me, She was pretty cool. Because hyenas are awesome, and I feel like especially non-spotted hyenas, like if you're a striped hyena, a brown hyena, or an aardwolf, just double respect, to be honest. Are you guys as mad at The Lion King as I am? Because the way that thing just destroyed hyena's reputation, it still pisses me off to this day. But I need to see more aardwolves, I'm just saying. I need to see more aardwolves. Okay, dragons. I'm biased, I'm sorry, I'm biased. Look, I'm a dragon, I have to give myself some props for being a dragon. Dragons are cool, okay? We breathe fire, we can fly, at least some of us can fly. We're so flexible. You could be a western dragon, you could be an eastern dragon, you could be a wyvern, you could be a landworm, you can be so much. I know, they're pretty basic and pretty common. Like, as far as scalies go, you know, they're the wolves. I say they. We're the wolves of scalies, I understand that, I know. But still, it's like wolves, it's for a reason, right? It's not unwarranted. And while we're on the topic of things that can fly, birds. I love birds. Again, this is such a broad thing to say, just birds in general. There are so many different kinds of birds, but I'm gonna lump them all into one right now. I know a bird. I'm good friends with a bird. A vulture, actually. I just find that birds tend to be, like, really chill. Like, whenever there's, like, drama online, I never see birds getting involved with it. Like, if there's one type of Fursona that I don't see getting involved in drama, it's birds. And I have to respect them for that. They're just mega chill. Also, there's so much you can do with birds. Like, oh, I am repeating myself, but you know, there's a lot of flexibility with birds. You could be something big and impressive like an eagle, but you could be something really cute like a sparrow. Okay, another really broad one, scalies. So just non-dragon reptiles, snakes, and things like that. Obviously, I'm still biased with this one, and I have to say, great. Huge respect for scalies, especially, like, I feel like a lot of scalies are just sort of like, they have the problem of just being some kind of unspecified reptilian creature rather than actually being like a specific type of reptile. Like tell me what your species is. Like, don't just say you're like a snake. Say you're a hognose or a ball python or something like that. Because I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm just in the wrong scaly spaces and I haven't seen the more specific species, but I don't know, I want to see that more. But other than that, I really have nothing bad to say about scalies. Bears, okay. Another one that I'm biased on because right before I was a dragon, I was a bear, and actually my first ever fursuit that I made was my bear Sona. Her name was Grizzly, again because I'm so creative. And I don't actually know what kind of bear she was. Her name was Grizzly, so you think she'd be a grizzly bear, but a lot of the time I referred to her as a black bear. Everyone's always a grizzly bear. Where are the sloth bears? Where are the sun bears? I need to see more variety, I'm just saying. Also, you totally liked Seekers. If you're a bear and you didn't read Seekers, I don't know what to tell you. Go read it. Or if you didn't read Seekers, you watch Brother Bear. I'm just saying, or Brave. I'm biased, but I'm gonna have to give huge props to bears. I love bears. They're probably my favorite mammal ever. Mice or rats. Ooh, where do I start? I love mice and rats. Not even just like as sonas, but like as animals. I've had rats before. I had a mouse for a little bit. They're just great animals, and again, it's like hyenas. You guys have to deal with such a, especially rats. You guys have to deal with such like a rough reputation in the media. You're just like, everyone hates you, but you still persevere, and I respect that. Let me talk about cows. I love cows. Oh my god, bovids just in general. If you're like any kind of bovid, I love you immediately. Every cow character design I've ever seen has been so satisfying. They're so nice to look at, and they're so nice to draw. I don't know, I love cows, they're so underrated. There's so much you can do with cows, because there's so many different types of cows, and I say cows, I mean bovids in general. There's so many different bovids. I love them. I love them. And you know what? Sheep as well. I love sheep. Sheep and goats. Beautiful. Incredible creatures. I will always love hoofed animals. There's just something about hoofed Fursonas that are just like the best, and I love seeing them. Cows and sheep, beautiful, amazing, perfection, honestly. I've probably forgotten so many right now, because again, I didn't actually plan this. I'm just yapping to yap because I realized it's something I can do. If anyone wants me to do any more specific animals, do let me know because I would be happy to talk about them. This is something I love talking about, so just let me know. Goodbye!